Okay, so I've created my course. Again, I'm going to click over here and I'm going to assign a single session code. I'm going to get my student link. I'm going to copy this link, and then I'm going to move over to my course in Canvas, and I'm going to add a external URL, and this is going to be Desmos demonstration. You can have it load in a new tab if you'd like. I usually leave it where it's embedded into Canvas. And then I'm going to publish it. And so from the student view, when they click on this, they see this in their Canvas. I usually tell them that they can continue without signing in, but if they sign in with Google or sign in with Desmos, it will save their work. If they navigate away by accident, they have to start over again. So it's important that if they do sign in, it would save their work. So when they sign in again, it would remember where they left off. If they continue without signing in, they might have multiple versions of themselves. So you kind of have to see from the teacher side, if this is asynchronous, which one they did that was fully complete. So I'm just going to continue on right now. I'm going to type my name in, hit go, and this is their activity. So notice that you have to let them know they're only working in here. They're clicking this next above here to move forward. If they click the next down here, which there isn't one because I don't have a page after this module, but there may be in your course, it will navigate them away from Desmos and they'll have to go back and start over. So it's really important that you give some instruction beforehand that this is the way to navigate through Desmos. And in order for them to earn full credit, possibly if you're making this a graded assignment, is to work through all of the slides. So this one has 9 slides, so they would have to work through all of them. And we'll see in a minute that you are actually able to view how many they complete. So right here, this is just a yes or no option and where they have to explain their reasoning. So I'm ready. And they can share it with their class. Once other people have responded, they would be able to see these responses, but since I'm the first one doing this, there's no responses for me to look at. So I'm going to move on to the next one. This is a type of graph, so I can maybe type something in here like y equals 3x squared cubed minus 5. I can look at this graph. I can zoom out. I can zoom in. I can do whatever I need. There may be some functions already here for me. I can adjust them, change them. So this can be used for many different reasons, but you see that students are able to just click on this and go in. They can also show their keypad and use all of these buttons down here to navigate it as if it's just the Desmos page itself, right? If you went to a Desmos graph. The third thing that we can possibly do is create a table. So notice that when I created the table, these were inputs that I put in as the instructor, so they're locked. I cannot change them. And so I would move on and maybe add these. There's no instructions here, so we would probably want to add some instructions here for the student, but I'm going to assume that I want to finish this table. So I would maybe, keep going in and say, this is increasing by 2 and this is increasing by 2, so this would be 7 and then 9. This would be 10 and 11. Did we get this table? Again, I can choose multiple choice. Yes, explain my thinking. And I can share with the class. And this is a sketch tool. So even though there's a graph here, we can just draw on it however we like. And we can erase it. Or we can do some things like this. We can change the color, draw another line, draw something else. We can also undo. So instead of erasing all of it, we can undo to get rid of it quicker. Or again, if I had multiple things on here, I can click on the X and just erase everything at once. But this is an area you can kind of let them play or think or brainstorm about what something might look like, so they can sketch it themselves. This is how they can enter text answers. So you would have some sort of question where they would just type in their answer. Again, they can use a keyboard if they need to add some math in there. If they know math type, they can click on this and type in math, or again use the keyboard. And then once they're done, they would hit submit. So this was my text, and this is my function. That's why it looks a little different. So this would probably need to be something like this. This is the card sort. So if I was to say there are 2 B's, I can match them. This is the line y equals 2. I can match them. So it's a drag and drop kind of thing. So if there are more cards, we would sort them all into the way that they belong. This is the marble slides. So again, when I drop this, I get a success. So normally we would start off with something like this, where it would not be a success. And so we would have to manipulate this equation, or the students would manipulate the equation in order to get that success. This is a put in order, so drag and drop. So we would want first, second, and third. This is a checkbox, so you can select all that apply, yes, no, or maybe. There are many other types that we've kind of saw in the building one, but this is how the students work their way through. So next I'm going to show you, if we go back here as the instructor clicks View Dashboard, and this is what they see. So this is their student, Michelle, who went in. They did some activities. These ones had right or wrong answers, which is why they have check boxes. So if you have something that has a correct answer or not, then you can see if the students got it. And you can go all the way to the end, and you can see that the student didn't exit yet, so they didn't finish. They only did 1 through 8. So I might have to exit. Another thing is you can actually click on the dots or the check marks and see their responses. So this can help you give some good feedback if you're like, okay, they did it, but their response might not be right. That's not what I was looking for. You can also look at the teacher view. So this might show you how many students said yes or no. You can see an overview. If multiple students had done different graphs, you would see all their graphs. Same thing with the marble slides, you would get to see all of them. If this is a synchronous class, you can add some pacing, you can pause, you can make students anonymous so that their names aren't shared with each other if you want to maybe share someone's screen. Snapshots allow you to take photos of people's work and then kind of create a snapshot to share with the class. You can also look at it as the student view and work through the student view. So it has a lot of options for both asynchronous or synchronous, right? We can click on them individually or just see an overview of did they complete the activity, or we can actually create some sort of synchronous where we're pacing them and moving them along at the time we want to. So these are the different ways to utilize the Desmos classroom within Canvas.